Hi everybody. So this is going to be a different type of video for me. I have been wanting to make a video not showing crochet, but I figured if I was just going to be talking, I might be able to just crochet and chat with you. I just wanted to do a get to know me type of video, and I'm gonna tell you a little bit about me. I am a stay-at-home mom to start off with, and I have 3 kids. My oldest is 22, and I also have a 12-year-old and a 7-year-old. The 12-year-old's birthday's in June, and the 7-year-old's birthday's in October. And so, yeah, like I said, I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I did attend college and graduate when my firstborn, my daughter, she was 2.5 when she started attending the daycare at the college, because you had to be 2.5 and potty trained, and she was potty trained by the time she was 2.5, so that worked out pretty good. And I attended the local college here for accounting and bookkeeping, and I graduated after 2 years. I was going to go for the associates, but I started the classes for the associates part of it all, and I'm like, oh, this really isn't for me. I think I'm just gonna get the certificate classes. And so I just finished off my certificate classes and graduated in 1996, I believe it was. And funnily, if that's such a word, my husband was attending college at the same time as me, same college and everything. And to back it up, I met my husband when I was 17, and he is older than I am and was out of school, and met through a mutual friend, and we got married when I was 21, and then we started to try and conceive right away, and it wasn't working out. Things just were not working, and anybody that has had infertility issues understands what you go through to have a baby. And so we went to the doctor, since we had been trying for several months, and they put me on some medication to help me get pregnant. And I did eventually get pregnant after several cycles of this medication, and my daughter was born when I was 22. It was pretty quick, though, because we were only trying to conceive for a few months, like 6 months, I think it was, before we saw the doctor. And then just a few cycles after that, I got pregnant with the medication. And so I was 22 when she was born. And so anyways, so my husband, he was attending college the same time I was, and he actually graduated. We actually graduated at the same time, and he got a job in his field, and I did not. I didn't even go to work with my college degree. I decided to stay home and be with my kids while my husband worked. So there's that part of my life. And my main arts and craft is crochet. I can do a little bit of knitting. I'm just kind of learning that right now, and I'm pretty new to paper crafting and that sort of thing. I'm just working at buying stuff to do paper crafting, but I really haven't done a lot of it yet. A couple cards here and there, and working on making a baby album. Pretty slow at that, and as you've seen in some of my previous videos, I do like to draw. I doodled and drew when I was much younger, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and have a couple of sketchbooks that I have. I did a flip through on a sketchbook last year. I think it was in June, and so I wanted to let y'all know about some of my medical problems too. I am pretty slow at accomplishing things, so that's why you don't see a lot of project videos, because I just don't get a lot done in a short amount of time. I'd love to be able to, but I don't. I had my kids by C-section, and when I had my second, I nearly died. I started bleeding really bad and lost a lot of blood. They ended up giving me a blood transfusion and almost took me back into the operating room to stop the bleeding if it wasn't going to stop on its own. I ended up having a nurse in my room 24/7, and I know my husband was there, and my mom came. It's pretty out of it, so I don't have a lot of memories, only vague memories of it now, but it was pretty scary, and the doctor pretty much saved my life, as doctors are good at doing. And so anyways, I didn't want to stop at 2 kids, so and for my second child, we were trying to conceive for our second child when our daughter was 3, and she can tell from what I said the ages of my kids are. She's 22 and my second is 12. It took a lot longer to get pregnant with our second child, and I did go back to the medication that I took to get pregnant with our first, but after 7 cycles of that, I told my husband I couldn't do that anymore because the medication turned me into a raging bitch. I was an emotional wreck, and I couldn't do it anymore. And so I quit taking that medicine, and we just left it up to whether or not it would ever happen. And it just didn't happen, and I ended up going to the doctor for some other medical problems, and they checked my blood levels and all that, and it turned out I was borderline diabetic and that sort of thing, and she started me on some medicine for that, and she goes, "Oh, and by the way, this medicine has been known to jumpstart ovaries." I'm like, well, that's quite okay with me, and I had to take a pregnancy test every month before I could go on with taking this medicine, because you can't take this medicine and be pregnant at the same time because it's damaging to the baby. And I also had to have my liver checked regularly as well. And And so after, I think, 2 months of taking that medicine, I got pregnant with my son. And that was quite a blessing and a shock. And so we went ahead and he was born, and yeah, I had that problem in the hospital I already told you about. And I knew I didn't want to stop at just 2 children, but I also knew there was that awful risk of bleeding. And I didn't have a very good pregnancy with him either. My body was not in the best of shape, and I still wanted another child. I actually wanted 4 children ultimately, and that didn't happen, but that's okay. I knew having a 4th child was a really bad idea. So we stopped after number 3, and we ended up getting pregnant fairly quickly with number 3. And we didn't start trying for number 3 right away. But when we did start trying, he came along pretty fast. I have struggled with my weight all my life, and if I could go back to where I was at when I was in high school, which was just 160 pounds, yeah, that's a little bit more than it should be, at least for my height. I'm only 5 feet tall. Well, technically I'm 5 feet 3 1/4 or something like that, but I just say 5 feet because it's just easier. But I was about 160 or 165 pounds when I met my husband, and I thought I was fat then. Yeah, not hardly. But I digress a little. I've been struggling with my weight all my adult life, and I have done different diets here and there. I've gone through different companies. Originally, I had tried Tops to start off with, and that's when I was 165 pounds and wanted to lose 20 pounds or whatever it was. And I didn't stay with that. And then I had gone to another company called Diet Light, where you had to buy their meals and stuff, and stayed with that for a few months and ended up not being able to afford the program. So we stopped that. And when my second son was, I think he was about 2.5 or 3, I started another program called LA Weight Loss. And I was pretty successful on that program. They want you to buy supplements and all that good jazz, and I got excused from having to buy their supplements because I have a wheat allergy. It's not a big wheat allergy because I can eat, like granola bars and that sort of thing, but whenever I have a whole wheat bread, I get congested and wheezy. So back to the LA weight loss. I lost in about a year and a half, 2 years, something like that. I lost 150 pounds and was feeling pretty good. And I ended up getting pregnant with my third child at that point. And when you're pregnant, you can't be on the LA weight loss program. They put you on a doctor's excuse or something, whatever that was called. And they say come back after you've had the child. And it would have been nice to... Sorry about that. Battery died. As I was saying, it would have been nice to have some counseling along the way with my accountability and stuff like that, because I probably would not have gained as much weight back as I did, and I'm nearly back to where I was at before I started LA weight loss. And I did go back to see them after my son was born. I don't know what happened, but the program, the counselors and things were changing, and they didn't seem like they cared anymore. I don't know, it was weird. So I didn't ever go back to them, and I never got money back or anything like that. Now their program is, I guess, dead or closed or bankrupt. I don't know. And so that's where I'm at with the weight. I'm not super careful with what I eat. I don't drink soda anymore. My caffeine crutch is coffee now. And I can't drink it black yet. I don't, as I tell my husband, oops, dropped my stapler. As I tell my husband, I'm not grown up enough yet to drink black coffee. So I use cream in my coffee, and I have attempted to do sugar-free creams and stuff like that. But I don't know, I just don't stick to that. I've tried doing a food journal, and that I just can't seem to stick with that. It to me is a pain to have to stop and write everything down every single time. I don't know, maybe there's some sort of voice program I could use. I don't know. When I was about, let's see, let me do some quick math. When I was about 35, I think it was, I started noticing some things about me. I used to be able to wrestle with my daughter. I mean, we would get down on the floor and wrestle hard. Not slam each other around or anything, but we would sit on each other and hold each other down and do that say uncle type of thing and stuff like that. And I started noticing that even when somebody would just lightly, just a friendly poke on the shoulder or on the side or on the back, even my legs, I can't have my dog walk across my legs. I have dachshunds, little small dogs, and I can't have them walking across my legs. It hurts. Hurts a lot. And I thought, this is just what's going on. What is wrong? Why does this hurt so much? I thought it was just part of life, part of growing up, and dealt with it. I just said, don't touch me, don't poke me, don't do that. And my family thought I was weird that, it's like they're barely touching me. Why does that hurt? They thought I was kind of strange, and I thought I was weird. And I didn't know, how else to explain it to them. It didn't hurt them, but it hurt me. And so I learned a couple years ago or so that there's this thing called fibromyalgia where you have trigger points and stuff like that that hurt, or you just ache. Your body it just hurts. Things hurt a lot all the time. And that's what I've learned. I suffer from fibromyalgia. And my hat that I'm making is like way small. This is not the size. This is weird because I just made this one. And now I have this one. I thought I had the same number of rows. Maybe I didn't. There's my tangent. Anyways, I also learned a couple years ago, maybe just a couple years ago, a long time ago, I learned I have plantar fasciitis in my feet. And the doctor said, wear shoes all the time, get some good supports. And so I bought Birkenstocks. I never went anywhere without shoes. I wore sandals, these Birkenstocks, all the time because they were the best support I had. And I haven't gotten my Birkies resold, so I can't wear them now until they have a new sole on them. So my feet hurt a lot. And then I had x-rays done a couple years ago because the top of my foot was hurting. The top of my foot was hurting. And I'm like, what the heck? And they took x-rays of my foot, just the one. And it was mostly my right foot hurting on the top. And they say, you have arthritis in your feet. Like, oh, great. Oh, and by the way, if your heel starts hurting, you have a heel spur as well. I'm like, great. So, arthritis in my feet. I injured my right elbow several years ago. Gosh, I don't even remember how long ago it was. It's probably been a good 7 years. About, I guess my base. Yeah, about 7 years ago. Hurt my right elbow, and I saw the doctor for it, and they gave me cortisone shot. The cortisone shot hurt like hell, but it helped. It stopped the pain for about 6 months. Then I went back and they gave me another cortisone shot, and sadly that didn't help. It made my arm numb for a good 2 days. It was weird, scary and weird. But it didn't help. It didn't take away the pain. I still suffer from pain in my elbow. It pops and cracks and just hurts all the time. And they did x-rays of it and had to do an open MRI, and sadly the open MRI was excruciating. It hurt a lot. I can't lay on my back for a long period of time. And of course, if anybody's had an MRI, the noise and the sound and everything, and to have to lay still for an hour, that hurt a lot. I could barely walk afterwards, and it came out inconclusive. I couldn't see anything. I'm like, great, that sucked. All that for nothing. And they haven't tried to do another cortisone shot, and so I suffer with that elbow pain. I just have to be careful not to overextend it. Crocheting aggravates it, but I love to crochet. It's relaxing for me. I just do it for something to do. And, yeah, so there's that. And we moved into this house I'm currently living in, 3 years ago. And there are 14 steps leading into the front door. And since moving into this place, my knees have started hurting going up and down those stairs daily, several times a day. My knees just hurt now. So I've got hurt knees on top of a hurt elbow, on top of hurt feet, on top of hurting body. Some days I just don't want to do anything. And I don't. I feel bad because I don't want to just do nothing. I want to be a contributing member to the family. There's just some things in the house when it comes to household chores I can't do. Just too much. And for instance, cleaning the bathtub. I guess there's a tool. I think I have it listed in my wish list on Amazon for scrubbing bathtubs so that you don't have to get down on your hands and knees, which I can't do at all. My knees, there's no way in the world my knees would allow for that. So it doesn't get done to like clean like it really should be, sadly. And there's just those little things that doesn't get done like it should. I enjoy computer time. Play a couple games on my computer and Facebook and YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube videos. I'm subscribed to over 100 channels, way over. Obviously I can't watch absolutely every single video because that would be all I would be doing, and I just can't do that, because then I can't do my crafts and be with my family. So yeah. I also haven't slept in a bed in a long time. I think it's been about 7 years also that I can't sleep in a bed. I have problems with my back hurting. And when I was sleeping in a bed, I was a side sleeper. And I have pain in my hips. I can't lay on my side anymore. And so I've gone to sleeping in a recliner. It's sad because I really want to lay down, sleep, laying down. But I haven't for 7 years. So, yeah. I miss it. Miss it a lot. So, anyways, I just wanted to get on here and ramble on about me and my life and where I'm at and why you don't see finished projects. I do have some finished crochet projects, but I don't know exactly how to show them on video. I'm making this hat. It's a lot smaller than I anticipated. I kind of got this covered up, but it's from Red Heart. Red Heart Kids is what it is. And called Bikini Colorway. But I made this one before making this video. And it's a red heart kids color. Kids, I think, from the same line as that one, but just primary colors. To look at the stitches and see how come it's so much smaller. I think, oh, wait, no. How many stitches did I start with? Let's see. Start with yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I got, let's see, increase. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, oh, alright, so I guess that's why I have this row here. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4th row is an increase every other. Oh, okay. I didn't do that row. I didn't do the 4th row increase every other. That's why it's smaller. Anyway, so that's me. And when I'm having a good day, I usually go to the store if we have money in the bank, and I go to the thrift store to kill a little bit of time, which is why I've got several thrift store haul videos. And I got into shopping at Michael's, let's see, about August, no, September. I think it was maybe around September. I don't know. I'd have to look at my videos to see when I started uploading Michael's videos. Learn about their penny stuff that you can get. So I keep an eye on Michael's and try to grab up some deals there. And, you know, buying them for really cheap like that saves money for getting stuff for crafts and stuff. So, yeah. Recently started watching some dumpster diving hauls and gave that a try a couple of times, and it's fun. I want to go out again and see what's out there, but I can't go by myself because there's no way I can get myself to be able to reach inside the dumpsters all that well because I'm being so short and the dumpsters are so tall. And so my daughter goes with me, and I think she enjoys it, finding treasures. She doesn't like the icky part of it all because I guess some dumpsters are pretty bad. Our first dumpster was, well, not very first dumpster, but one of our dumpsters was pretty dirty. And she ended up having to wash up her shoes and stuff because it was a mixture. It had stuff in it from a yogurt store. So it was kind of messy. Anyway, if you've watched this all the way to the end, I applaud you. I have no idea how long this is at the moment. Probably a good 20 minutes. Thereabouts. So, yeah. Thanks for sticking with me and watching this and learning a little about me. And if you've got any questions or comments about my medical problems, or, you know, just want to say anything, go ahead, pop a question or a comment down below. I don't usually have my videos set for hitting the like button. I had a troll on one of my videos, and so I recently turned off hitting the like button because that's kind of a downer. when somebody hits the dislike button for whatever reason. It's like, why would you do that? That's just not very nice. Just don't watch it if you don't like it. You know, when somebody puts themselves out there like this, you know, don't be mean. So, yeah. Thank you so much for supporting my channel and being there and commenting when you do, and for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. And I'm hoping to... I have an idea for a challenge, and I don't know when I'm going to put it out there. I want to buy or rent, or whatever you want to call it, I don't know what they call it, rent a post office box for the challenge, so that I don't just willy-nilly give my address out to people. So I'm kind of just biding my time to be able to put that on the budget, because it's $22, I think it's $22 for 3 months, maybe, I think. I don't know for sure. It's something like that. And I'm hoping to put that on in the next month or two. And so we'll be hearing about a challenge / giveaway for my channel, because my channel has grown a little since I started doing crafting and haul videos. I do mostly haul videos and that sort of thing. And I think my hat probably is done for the size that it is. That's so weird how one row makes it that much smaller. Weird, because I'm using the same size hook. Yeah, strange. So yeah, please be gentle with me, and thanks again for watching, and I hope you all are having a great day. I'm having a mild day, and yeah, thank you, and bye.